Hey everyone, I'm Marco Gonzalez. Welcome to On the Couch Live. It's great to see you. Thank you for hanging out with me today. This is one of my later lives, and we're doing that because my guest today, she goes by Juju, but it's Hyunjoo Hwang is her official name, and she's coming live to us from Korea. So we kind of altered the time that I did my live, so that way it's bright and early for her. Here it's 4 o'clock Pacific time. For her in Korea, it's 8 in the morning. So I'm so appreciative to her for getting up this early to go live with us and talk about so many things. You guys know that she's in the new issue of Sports Illustrated Swimsuit. Yes, this issue is incredible, and her photos, we're going to look at a few of them here. I'll give you a little bit of a sample. I'm sure you already have your issue. Here she is right here. Juju. Absolutely gorgeous, right? Yes. And so many things. I mean, she's a trained dancer for years, and she's also trying to break stereotypes and whatnot, you know, being Asian American. So we're going to talk to her about that too, breaking down barriers. So important. So I'm very excited to have her on to talk about all of that and much more. As always, if you'd like to ask questions to either myself or Juju, feel free to do so. We will be looking at the questions live. I see them down there, as well as many of you joining. So go ahead and ask those questions, and throughout our conversation, we'll jump in and answer those for you. So I'm just waiting for her to join. Again, she's coming to us live from Korea. I'm just waiting for her to join here. I see her there. Yes. Okay. Let's bring her in so we can all have a conversation. Hold on one second. Juju,
Hi.
how are you doing?
Good afternoon. I'm good. How are you?
I'm great. Thank you for accommodating us with the time
You're
difference.
welcome. I'm glad to be here.
Yeah.
Actually, it's 8 a.m. in the morning. I'm currently in Korea, so I have a little bit puffy face, so I have an ice roll to make it more like.
No, you look fantastic. Are you
I
kidding?
just woke up, so I'm late.
No. Isn't it cool that we can talk like this? I mean, we're on other sides of the world here, and we're able to have this conversation via IG Live. It's incredible.
Yeah, I know. The
Wow.
world changed fast.
Doesn't it? So let's talk about this. So you're in Korea now. So is all your family there? Is that where you've been spending your quarantine?
Yeah, so in Korea, it's mandatory to have a 14 days quarantine for the people who's coming from abroad.
Mhm.
So I had 14 days quarantine, and it was not bad because I'm such a homebody and I love to be home, and it was good time for me to have a rest. And I watched a lot of shows and movies, and I slept as much as I could, and it was great time. And I never had this like fully rest
Mhm.
like for like last 3 years. So it was really good time. But actually, I'm going back to New York
Aren't you going tomorrow?
tomorrow. Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Hey, so it's good that you got this rest in. I feel the same way as you. It was a great time, or it's been a great time to kind of reconnect with family. We have two
Yeah,
kids, so at some times I'm like, okay, I've done enough reconnecting. I need to get away for a bit.
I know.
You know, yeah, you know how that goes. But so
Yeah.
I'm excited to talk to you about this magazine here. Oh
Yeah.
my gosh, what an incredible accomplishment for you and for all these ladies to be in this magazine, the Sports Illustrated swimsuit issue. And on top of that, they've named you one of the rookies of the year. So I want to hear how this all went down, because you obviously are a top model. You've been in many magazines and campaigns, but when I talked to Yu Sai, who is a
Hmm.
photographer and friend, he shot you for this magazine. He was saying that despite all that you've done, you still waited in line for hours, like many thousands of girls, to be a part of this magazine. Tell us
Yeah.
about that journey.
So it was my maybe third year since I moved to New York.
Mm-hmm.
And I always wanted to be in the magazine, but I didn't know how to get it. I wasn't invited even for the casting because I was not like a top model, but
Okay.
I worked a lot, but I had to find way to reach out to the S-time swimsuit, but I didn't know how to do that. But on the Instagram, I found the posting that they're having an open casting call in Miami 2 weeks later, and I couldn't believe it. Oh, it's my opportunity,
Yeah.
and I took a flight ticket right away, and 2 weeks later, I was in Miami.
Wow.
And yes, and the casting was starting at 8, and I went there like 5:30, and I was thinking that maybe I am the first girl who showed up there, but
That wasn't the
I
case.
yeah, I went there. It was a hotel, and it was dark, and it was late rainy, and there were already like so many girls there, and I couldn't find the end of the line. I was shocked. Wow,
You're
so
like,
many women.
what? Yeah.
I couldn't find the end of the line, and my number was like 1024 at 5:30.
Oh my God. And it was pouring rain. Pouring rain.
Yeah, and I didn't have an umbrella, so we shared umbrella for like 6, 7 hours
Oh my
to
gosh.
get to the interview room. Yeah, but I was empowered by the woman who was dreaming, and it was good energy, and I
Mm,
loved it.
yes.
And I made some like new friends there in the line because we waited like 6, 7 hours together.
Yeah. Obviously, right. You're going to be talking to people behind you for
Yeah, yeah,
sure.
yeah, yeah. And then I finally got to the room. Like they have an interview, but we didn't have a swimsuit look when we had an interview. We
Mm,
had just conversation.
okay.
I wasn't expecting like that. We were just wearing swimsuit and we practiced walking and posing, but they just had a conversation with each models,
Right.
and they just wanted to know who we are, and they just asked me why you applied here and what's your value and where you're from, and I really loved it, and I it was very inspirational.
Yes. Yes. Yeah.
And then yeah, finally I got to the rookie, and I never ever expected that
Yeah.
I'm
Look,
gonna be in the Bali.
this is you right here. And you know, you was
I
telling me,
know.
the photographer Yusai, he was saying when you showed up at that meeting that you were talking about, you were drenched. He looked at you and went, "Wow, she is gorgeous." And when someone's drenched like that, they waited in line. You know, you think they'd be like, "Ugh," but again, you know, he said, "No, we knew right away." And the fact, I'm going to show a few other ones. So obviously, this one I showed before. And are you happy with the way they came out?
For sure, but it's the big bummer because we couldn't have like party or red carpet
I
or like
know.
lunch
Oh, I know.
time. So we did everything online.
Hmm.
I know it
Beautiful.
was my first shoot,
Hmm.
first shot with Yusai.
Yeah.
It's incredible, and I still cannot believe that I made it.
Well, when you think of all the thousands in line and you were number, like you said, 1,300 and something, it's amazing that you rose to the top. And not only that, but they named you one of the rookies of the year. And what's really special about this issue is that there's so much diversity in it. You know,
I know.
Tuju, there's the first transgender inside this magazine. There are women of all sizes. It's a real celebration of women, which I think is so important. And I know that for you, you've kind of tried to break the barrier because, as you've mentioned in the past, you know, you grew up in a conservative way, and you
Mhm.
want to inspire women of all backgrounds and nationalities and you know and whatnot to celebrate their sexuality. And I think that's incredible. How has the reaction been though from your family and friends in Korea?
I mean, I trained as a ballet dancer for like 12 years. and I was very conservative, and I mean Korean people are not like super conservative,
Right.
but I trained and disciplined since I was little, and I always stick to the classical ballet. And I'm from homogeneous country, so I never thought about that idea like diversity,
Okay.
inclusivity.
Right.
I I I think there is not the exact word in Korea like
Mm.
inclusivity
Mhm.
because we're all the same race.
Yeah.
But moving to New York, and I went to Miami, and in the callback day, the second day, they called 60 girls back, and we had a forum with the SI swimsuit model, and it was about the inclusivity and beauty standard and all the stereotype and what we have to change.
Yes.
And it was a little bit culture shock for me because,
Okay.
oh, what is this about? And it's about what I went through just by myself after moving to America.
Yes.
And I've always think about who I am and my identity and oh, this is my thing. And I have a lot of things to speak. And my English wasn't that good at that moment. I was just listen like just the girl from outside.
Yeah. It sounds good to me right now.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, thank you. I'm
Yeah.
trying.
Yeah. It's true.
But yeah, this SI swimsuit magazine was not only like hot girls bikini magazine. It was incredibly. They wanna change the world and just change the value and the society. And I got to understand what American society are going to, and it was really good time. And I learned a lot from this magazine, and my value and my personality changed a lot, more open mind.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm so honored to have this opportunity as I given to me.
Yeah, and you are really embracing it. And so many of your fans from around the world are commenting that your accent is so beautiful. They're saying they love
Oh,
you. And some people have been with you since you were a finalist on Korea's Next Top Model, which is
yeah.
was an honor in itself, right? What was that experience like?
So I was in college when I was in the show, and I was like 21 years old. I was like a baby.
Yeah, yeah.
And I was doing modeling just for fun before then.
Hmm.
But in that show, it was very competitive, and I saw a lot of like talented girls, and I just wanted to try more as a model, like a professional path as a career.
Yeah.
And then my agent, Roman, visited Korea to scout the girls to bring to New York. And then he really liked me, and then he brought me to New York, and it happened really fast, and I never expected. And when I was little, I always wanted to plan everything in my life,
Uh-huh.
but it never turned out. Everything was like everything was not I expected, and that's life. I
That's
never
true.
expected I'm gonna move to New York and do a professional model. I never expected because I wanted to be a ballerina and ballet teacher and die. It was my plan, but it never turned out. But yeah, that's life, and I love it.
Yeah, isn't it funny how life kind of, it just has its own course, and we just kind of have to follow it and take the bull by the horns and make it work.
Yes, true.
We have okay, so people are watching. I'm seeing from Brazil, from the Philippines, from
Hi.
India. We even have Yusai is on here watching right now. Hi,
Woo!
you.
Hi, Sai.
We're looking at your beautiful work here. Yes, we are you.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that is so cool. Well, so I love that you're helping to break stereotypes. Oh, I love it. You're using that. You don't look puffy. I'm telling you. No, no, no. You do not look puffy. So, so I have to ask you, aside from modeling, Juju, right now with COVID-19 happening and more cases increasing around the world, many Asian Americans have experienced racism and, just terrible things that are happening to them. Has anything like that happened to you or any friends or family?
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
So I was renting my apartment and my mom was visiting my apartment and she was there alone because I was working
Okay.
and she doesn't speak English well. And then the super was visiting my apartment to check something.
Hmm.
And then she couldn't speak English, like a little bit high, and then just body language.
Right.
And the super ignored my mother and just shouted to her
Wow.
because he couldn't understand what she said.
Right.
And then my mom was crying on the call, and oh, I don't understand. She just shouted at me, and before then, I a little bit recognized that he was ignoring me because my English was very slow. And when I went to speak to him, he just cut my word and just he speaks so fast. And I was asking him, oh, please just speak slow. And he was like, okay, blah, 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 blah. And I
Didn't even
think,
listen. Yeah.
yes, oh, I hate white. He was like very nervous guy,
Yeah.
and my mom experienced that I was not happy, but a lot of my friends experienced that in the metro and on the street, but it's getting better and better, I think. And I feel like I'm very happy to be in this magazine because I can make my voice heard and I
Yes.
can influence people.
Hmm.
And that's why I study English hard to communicate with more people, and that's worth to me.
And you do sound really great. And when I announced that I was going to have you on this show, so many fans of yours who really appreciate you speaking out and being kind of a voice for them, they were sending me messages saying, "Oh my gosh, we love her. Thank you so much." Doesn't that make you feel good to know that you have fans from everywhere that really, I don't want to say idolize, but look up to you as somebody who is taking the lead in spreading awareness, for diversity?
Yes, yes. So everything I've been going through is my mm, nourishment to, I don't know what's exact nourishment to inspire and influence people. And I think I have to have more responsibility to speak out something. And I'm trying to think a lot about my value to organize my thought
Hmm.
because it's really important to speak about some value. And before organizing mm, completely, I'm trying to not say about it.
Okay, I know what you mean.
So, yeah, yeah, yeah. So I feel so honored to influence a lot of people, and I'm still in process to learn this culture thing because I experienced two different culture. I grew up in Korea and for like 25 years, and I moved to New York and I lived there for like 4 years.
Mm.
It looks similar and lifestyle and everything looks similar, but people are different and we think differently,
Yes.
and there is pros and cons. And I was very confused at first time, which is right, which is wrong. But there is no right or wrong. It's just different.
Hmm.
And in between, I was like, I'm trying to be balanced, and my personality changed a lot, and but my value opened more.
Yeah.
And I wanna send this message to Korean people more and more, and still in process.
Yeah. So well said. So well said. And getting back to your modeling, was there ever a time when you were like, no, I'm not going to do that? Or do you just go for it no matter what it is and make the best of it?
um, I had never had a swimsuit or lingerie shot until I went to Miami.
Okay.
I think a lot of Asian girls have a little fear to exposing their skin because I also didn't want it to be judged by other Koreans, like to be like a trashy woman, low class woman.
Mm.
It's a bit like more conservative about the exposing too much skin for the women in Korea. But I always wanted to do that, and and then I went to Bali as a rookie, and it was my literally my first shot with the tiniest bikinis in my life. And
Yeah,
it's so tiny. Is it
right.
close?
Yeah. Let's show another one of them. Yeah, I know what you mean. They're very small, right? Like this one. Yeah.
And I was like, oh, maybe it's too much for Korean people.
Mm.
But when I saw myself in the mirror, it looked much better. Because I did ballet and I have a line in my and
Yeah.
yeah, but I just wanna tell to the Korean girls and women that you can just be sexy as who you are.
Mhm.
But I understand the fairness.
Yeah.
But it's getting better and better and it's changing. And I felt very liberated when I shot for the swimsuit, SI swimsuit.
Yes.
And yeah, I don't mind whichever job
And
I have.
also, doesn't it have to do with the photographer? I mean, obviously, you have to be at ease with them because they're the ones that kind of put you in the mindset, to
Yeah,
kind of be yourself and be confident. I mean,
yeah,
isn't that
yeah,
a big
yeah.
part of it?
I know. So the SI swimsuit, my whole team, MJ and photographer Yusai,
Yeah.
they knew I had a culture fear a little bit,
Mm.
and they were very supportive in making me feel comfortable.
Yes.
And in swimsuit shot in Bali, they just made me super comfortable. And you're super great. You look so beautiful, and just do whatever you want. And it was very supportive, and I feel so appreciative. It's so because it's very special experience for the first bikini shoot.
Yeah.
So
Absolutely. And who do you
yeah.
look up to, Juju? Who inspires you?
Um, it always changes.
Oh yeah. Okay.
There are multiple people because usually I look up to parts of someone
Okay.
and it always changes. And if there is someone I need to learn, I look up to that person. And it can be actress or politician or other. There are a lot of people and sometimes animal or
Whatever kind of inspires you at that moment. I get it. I get it. Yeah.
Mhm.
And what's next for you? I mean, now that you're in this magazine, the exposure, you already had exposure, but now people are really going to be pulling for you. Is there maybe acting in your future, or what do you want next?
I don't know. I always wanted to do the acting, but as I told you, I don't have like exact plan, but I have just direction. So I just wanna inspire and influence a lot of people and whichever job I have.
Yeah. You're just going to make the
And
most of it.
yes, I can just follow my heart
Yes, yes,
thing.
absolutely. I don't want to ignore all the people watching right now. They say, you can do everything, girl. They're saying, as long as you're comfortable with it, it's all good. You are beautiful. Own it. Liberated. Love it. I mean, these are such comments that,
Oh,
fuel probably what you're doing, right?
yeah. And is Yusai here still?
Yusai was here earlier. He waved. Maybe he bounced out of here already. I
Yeah,
don't.
I just
You
want to
are you
say
still
that when I was in Miami,
Uh-huh.
Yusai was very supportive because he is also Asian and
Yes.
he wanted to see the full Asian girl in the SI magazine. And I'm very appreciate him for supporting me
He's here.
100%.
Yeah, he's watching. He said, "Yes, I'm
Oh,
here." Yeah.
oh, hi.
Yeah.
Hi.
He says, "I am here to support you." He's
Oh,
such a cool
thank
guy.
you.
I mean, I love talking to him. He brought me this energy when we finished our live. I just felt so good for the rest of the day. He just has a great way
Yes,
of
he's
thinking.
incredible, and
Yeah,
he was capturing my own beauty as Asian,
yeah.
and we're like the best combi. It's like Asian photographer and models,
Uh-huh.
and I love his energy and his work, everything. And he invited me to Harper's Bazaar, Singapore, and we worked again, and it was amazing.
I
And
think I saw that. It was Harper's Bazaar, right? Where you're kind of playing the suburban mom. Is it that shoot?
yeah.
I
After
love those pictures. Oh my gosh, you look amazing. You have the big blonde hair and
yeah,
it's
I
so
never seen myself like that. It was really fun.
good. Those are great photos.
And the
Well,
shot was incredible.
yeah, it looked like a beautiful shoot and it looked like you had a good time. The little boy, he was like in a space suit. Like your
Yeah,
little
yeah,
the son.
yeah. She is the godson of the Yusai. Did you
Yeah.
know that?
No, I didn't know that. Wait, it's a cousin of you?
Godson,
It's you's cousin?
godson of Yusai.
Oh, I didn't know that. What an adorable
Echo.
little kid. Oh, he says that you took him Korean food after the shoot.
Yeah. So we're in LA
Uh-huh.
and we went to Korean restaurant after the shoot.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it was amazing.
Oh, man, that's fantastic.
Yeah, it was my first cover ever in my life. The first buzzer.
Wow. Wow.
And
Somebody is asking, what is your favorite Korean dish?
oh, that's a good question.
Yeah.
And I love 된장찌개, which is soybean soup,
Ooh, yeah.
and it's a little bit like spicy and salty a little bit, and it has a lot of vegetables, and you can put the pork or seafood, and super healthy maybe.
Yes,
It's
yes.
just salty, but I love it. I
Somebody said
recommend.
Korean barbecue is delicious. Oh, I agree. I love
Yeah,
Korean.
barbecue is
Yeah,
the best.
I love
Yeah.
Korean food. Oh, I love Korean food. So, Rookie of the Year, you are one of many that were going to be part of this Rookie of the Year, and people can call or can write in or about voting for you. Is that right? How do they go about that?
Yeah, I think there's rookie class of
Okay.
this year, and the people are voting now. Vote
Yeah.
for me.
Yes, vote for you. Yes.
And then I don't know when it ends, the vote, but yeah, there's gonna be one rookie of the year.
Okay. Well, just even whoever gets it, all of you were named Rookies of the Year, so just that in itself is an incredible honor, right?
Yeah, it's incredible honor. Yeah.
Oh gosh. Well, Juju, this has been so much fun, and I appreciate you joining me all the way from Korea to be with us here on the
Oh,
couch live. What an
me
amazing time it's
too.
been talking to you.
Thank you for inviting me.
Absolutely. I hope that we have you on here again. Maybe next year you'll be on the cover. Wouldn't that be cool?
Oh,
Hey, I wouldn't be surprised.
yeah, we'll see.
Oh my
You
gosh.
never know.
Well, take care of yourself and have a safe trip to New York tomorrow. And I can't wait to see what you do in the future.
Thank you. It was nice to meet you.
Yes.
We'll
Nice
see you
meeting you.
again.
All right. We'll see you later. Okay. Take care.
Take care. Thank you.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.
Bye bye. I hope you guys really enjoyed that. She is so sweet and such an inspiration to so many people. Nabbing the Rookie of the Year for this magazine. Again, it's on newsstands. Here she is. Beautiful, beautiful pictures, and more of them are on si.com. And Yusai, who is joining us here, I see your comments down there. He shot these beautiful pictures, and every one of them is just stunning. And I love how he works. And Juju would probably tell you, sometimes he has the models wait for a little bit until that perfect sun is setting behind them, or that wave, or there's a shot of her in the magazine in next to the pool, and he has people waving the water, so you get that perfect glisten. I mean, it's just perfection. So that's what you're getting here in the Sports Illustrated swimsuit issue. So go and pick it up. As always, I thank you for joining me. I'm Marco Gonzalez, and I'll see you next time, right here on the couch. Take care.